Hi, this is Katie, and thank you for joining me on the My Senses, My Space podcast. And today I wanted to talk about a different sense, I guess, common sense. And this isn't any kind of traditional like touch or taste or feeling type of sense. This is actually more of a memory sense, I guess. What I hear a lot from people is people complaining about others who don't have common sense. And I really wanted to dig into this a little bit more and go, well, why is it that I am questioning why they are saying this? Usually it's out of frustration of like, hello, can we just respect one another? Where is some common decency? Where can we share a valued belief in just treating others well? And I think that's where many think that it's coming from. But I like to look at it a little differently, because whenever I hear someone say that, many times what pops into my brain is like, well, maybe they didn't know. Maybe their upbringing was very different. Maybe, and then all these maybes pop into my head. And to me, those maybes are expanding my understanding of others and acceptance of others. And so, for instance, like if someone is, saying, well, they cut me off in traffic or something, where is their common sense? And it's like, we don't know what's going on in their brain on that day. Like, what is actually happening in their life? Most people don't go around, and I'll say most people don't go around trying to treat other people badly. The common part of that is that most people are trying to live their lives in a good way. And I know there's so many exceptions to that, but I like to tend to think that people are trying to be here and trying to treat each other nicely and lovingly and full acceptance. So I guess for me, I extend compassion in that. So it can be so many other circumstances too, is why don't they know how to do this thing? Well, a lot of times it's just personal experience that maybe they've never experienced being put in that position before. Maybe they've never experienced maintaining a lawnmower or, cleaning something or taking care of something or coming across something in their life. And it's just that they just don't have that knowledge yet, and that you can actually be the gateway to helping someone acquire that knowledge if you're available face to face. Now, obviously, if you're being cut off in traffic, you can't talk to somebody, and maybe they're just having a bad day. But maybe there's an opportunity in that, in saying, oh, have you ever thought about it this way? And that this might be a good decision in your life to learn about or to take steps in knowing more about. The other flip side is that for a lot of neurodivergent people, we can take things very literally. And so sometimes the instructions that were given to us were misunderstood. And I think a lot of other people also misunderstand things, so that they grow up maybe learning something the wrong way. And they didn't think of like, not everyone's a woodworker, not everyone's a plumber, not everyone is an electrician to know how to do things in a certain order. And while it's wonderful to have the internet at our fingertips and YouTube and to be able to learn these things, I think there needs to be a lot of extended grace into allowing people space and time to learn these things, and not to just say, well, where's your common sense? Why did you do it this way? Or why didn't you treat someone this way. So that's where I come from when I hear the word common sense, is that they're actually, we all come from our own lived viewpoint. And there are many times where we can share in that viewpoint, but it doesn't mean that we all share that viewpoint. And to ask questions and to get curious and to allow compassion when we see something that we're not comprehending as something as a logical step, but could very much feel logical to someone else, no matter how, their lived experience was. So I hope this gives you a little bit to think about, and I hope that you're enjoying these podcasts. If you have time to leave a quick review, I would love it on Spotify or Apple. And until next time, thank you for joining me on the My Senses MySpace podcast.